Hello, Arsenal fans, old, young, and new. Hello, all football fans of the world. Today, I decided before I do my preview for tomorrow's game, I will do this outfit of the European Super League or Super Club that has been circulating since Sunday, I should say. It's now Thursday, things have died down. 5 days later, it's a negative. But here is my outcomes, my positive and negatives for the European Super League / clubs that was proposed. This has been trying to happen for 20 years. Ever since I was about 12, 13, I think we've been trying to get this European Super League / club off the ground. And it was too early 20 years ago. And I believe we tried again 3 years ago. And the proposal failed, never came out of the closet. And all of a sudden, during the pandemic, a year later, it's come out the closet. The teams that proposed this Super League were actually the big teams, which was the Big Six in Premier League, and it was the top three in La Liga, and the top three in, I think it was about 4 or 5 teams in the Italia League. That goes for Juventus, AC Milan, Inter Milan, Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool, Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Atletico Madrid. Not too sure about Roma, but I know those were the main teams that wanted to have this Super League. Actually, the main proposal of this was Bayern Munich, because Bayern Munich felt that they needed to up their ante. They didn't have competition, so they began this, and the other teams followed suit. But as of Monday, the German teams were out completely, which made me laugh because that's what the Germans do. They create something and as a distraction, and then they opt out. Like, why would you do that? Why would you push us, English fans, from all around the world, from every aspect of the country, of all countries, to fight for something that you just dumped on us and then say, oh, we didn't propose this? Anyway, let's move forward. I feel like we should have done the European Super League or Super Club. And why not? America did it. They did Major League Soccer. I said the word, but I had to. And you got TV shows called Astro Super Sport. Why not have a Super Club or Super League? Why not? But there are positives and negatives to having a European Super League. Yes, they were going to do it midweek, but the proposal was, what the proposal is now is not what was supposed to happen. It was supposed to be a whole different league. And why so? It was supposed to be the top 20 teams in the world competing against each other. The best against the best against the best. That's what it was supposed to be. But now, the negatives and the positives of this is this. The negative of this new proposal that is now in our hands is we'll have to be all relegated. If we have to start over, we'll have to start from the bottom of each league. That is a huge negative, especially for Arsenal. And I will propose Liverpool because they took 30 years to win a trophy, and what now? We're supposed to go from the bottom up. We're supposed to start from the fifth tier and make our way up. Not impossible, but it's possible. Mind you, Arsenal and Manchester United have never been relegated. I don't know about the other teams, but I know those stats. But the positive of that, on the other hand, is this. We can get all new teams, all new players from around the world. That way, you have more players to choose from instead of everybody saying, "Oh, we want Cristiano Ronaldo," and then you got 10 teams fighting for Cristiano Ronaldo, and then 7 teams up to now, and then 3 teams vying for him. When you can have new teams and new players proposed in the bottom tiers, and if you have great players, they'll get looked at. The second, that's the first positive and the first negative to that. The second negative and positive is this. The timing is way wrong. Why do it during this pandemic? Why do it during a time when things are rough? The positive is this. The timing is great. But it took way too long. Oddly enough, 20 years. It's 20 years too long. It should have happened. If this European Super League or Super Club was supposed to occur, it should have happened 10 plus years ago. When the timing was right and the timing was amazing. Right now, the timing's all off. You got people home, so they're going insane because the only thing they got, some of them, is football. And for you to come and talk about, oh, we're creating a midweek team, 20 teams, we're going to split it in 10, and the top 3 of each team. What nonsense is that proposal? A nonsense proposal, might I add, because that was not what was supposed to occur. Again, like I said, what was supposed to occur was it was supposed to be the top 20 best teams in each league going head to head every week. And then it was the other teams from England and Italy and whatever. This was supposed to be a mixture of countries and teams. Which now brings me to my third point, is travel. You can't travel. You can't go nowhere. The fans are home watching on the TV. Mind you, that's my positive, is you can watch it on TV. You can watch it live. You can rewatch it later on. You ain't got to worry about spending money right now. But people want to travel. That's how they get their fun out of it. That's how they propose things. They want to travel. They don't want to travel every week to a different country. And people will lose their jobs. That, to me, that is the biggest negative, but also the biggest positive, is now you can watch it on TV. But people want to see this live. We want to be in the crowds. We want to show our faces. We want to have our shirts on. We want to show that support. So I feel the outcry of all fans around the world. Another part in this is the negative is earners want more money. But is it really the earners who want more money? Because the players 20 years ago were the ones who proposed it. And now that we have different people and different aspects and a different mindset on that field, it's not going to work to an extent. Because now we're thinking the earners want more money. But the positive in that for me is that every team in that Super League would have got 350 bill. I was thinking million, but they're talking about billions now. We'll be able to buy and sell other players at decent prices, at the price that they ask for. We can get youngsters. They can be noted. They can be recognized. People can come up from different tiers. Because remember, the positive from that is there's going to be new teams, new players, new coaches, new managers, new earners. People would have been able to get on in this action if we did this 10, 20 years ago. But right now, again, is not the time. I also have two more notes to make. My negative on this was it was not supposed to be any bans at all occurring. You're telling players they can't play in the Premier League and they can't play in UEFA Champions or Europa League or EFL or FA Cup or World Cup or African Cup of Nations. And it's just pure threats that are so negative to what this Super League was going to be. You got the LMA, the PFA, the RCEF, vying, talking about they're not doing it. So we're opted out now because we waited too long. Timing, again, is what took so long. But, again, remember, players back then, who are my age now, were fighting for this when they were in their early 20s. Before we even hit 22, we were like, yeah, let's do a Europa Super League, European Super Club. Everybody was against it. So we waited till we were in our like mid-20s, early 20s. Proposal never got lifted. And now all of a sudden a proposal was lifted and now it's a waste of time to me, personally. It was just not supposed to come up off the ground at this point. But the negatives to that, according to these bans, is this. It would have been less injuries. More playtime for most players. Players who haven't played. Players who's been sitting on the bench waiting to play for years were going to be able to play in this Super League. But, again, timing is off. My last note on this is there's positives. Why not? Let's agree to disagree that we could have a Super League. Let's say we did. It will be Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester United, Manchester City, Tottenham, Chelsea, AC Milan, Inter Milan, Juventus. Who else? Who else I say it? Maybe Roma. So many teams could have been. That's about 10 teams thus far. And I haven't even... Barcelona makes 11. Real Madrid makes 12. Atletico Madrid makes 13. But I don't think Roma was in this to begin with. But there's 12 teams, aside from Roma, were the 12 teams that were supposed to be in this Super League and Super Club. And now you got Liverpool talking about Klopp, talking about, oh, I didn't propose this. You Germans started this shit. And now you're opting out 10, 15 years later? Come on, man. Let me tell you something. I love everybody. But sometimes, some countries, you do things to tick people off and to make people look like shit. And it's not cool. It's not fair. It's not fun. Proposal didn't look great. That's my huge negative, is where the hell did this 10 teams here and 10 teams there and in the top 3 have qualified? What the hell is that? What are you doing, a Premier League and Champions in Europa all in one? That's not what we planned on. This was supposed to be a top of the class league. And you launch this tore the proposal apart. It does make me feel like owners still want more money out of this because they saw proposals from years before and they said, oh, let's switch it up. But I blame UEFA. I blame UEFA for this because now you're talking about you're taking the away goal. Once you made that one change, after you made the change about the yellow card, how the hell are we supposed to say? Are we supposed to be excited for players and they can't take their shirts off? That's what I live for. But what you mean a yellow card because I took my shirt off because I scored a goal? Are you mad? You lost your mind? Anyway, but once you took the away goal, you took everything from football. So that's why they started this proposal of the European Super League / club. So as a fan of football, please take this ban off of this away girl. Take this ban off of this taking your shirt off yellow card shit. It's bullshit. Fuck that shit. And get these referees to actually blow the whistle, and the VAR people on the machines to make sure they're doing their jobs, because you defeated the whole purpose of football. Yes, I agree about VAR, but are you doing it right? Are you making it right? Anyway, I went off topic. But, like I said, to me, the positive would have been it was more money for charities. Better pay for players. Better sponsorship. As you see, sponsorships are all over the place right now. Pay cuts are being taken. Charities are losing money left, right, and center. That would have been great. But it was also worth it for the European Super League / club to occur, to an extent. But to see all my favorite teams in one league, that would have been amazing. But it would have been scary, because I would have to actually choose one team. One team. And it would have been Arsenal all day, every day. But it is a scary thought. Now that I really think about it, years down the road, in my early 30s, that is hella scary. To think about these things and to know, hey, AC Milan and maybe Benfica and Arsenal in the same league. What you mean? Lies. But here we are with our positives and our negatives. And at this point, the negatives are outweighing the positives. I would have loved to see it go forward, but it's too late. It's way too late. We took way too long to make this choice. And the proposal of 10 teams on each side and 3 teams making quarterfinals, bullshit. Nonsense. Utter disgrace. But now, my disgrace is you're taking away the away goal in UEFA Champions and Europa League. For what? So you could opt out the Europa Super League? Distractions. You gotta have too many distractions, too many mindsets going on. Nonsense. Just stick with what you had from way years back. Keep the away goal. Lose the yellow card for the shirts being pulled off. And let's go back to our old regular football that we enjoyed in the 1990s when Robert Perez and Alan Shearer and Luis Figo and all them lot, Dennis Bergkamp and everybody was playing at that point of time. Everybody was in, except Liverpool and the Germans, come Tuesday. And come Wednesday, it's, oh, we're all out. We're done. We can't do the Super League. Punks. You're punks. Yes, I called you all punks. But anyway, at the end of the day, it made no sense. It was just something for you all to write about and for you all to see where the fans were, so you could all do another COVID variety, and you made people come out for nothing. Nonsense. Utter complete disgrace to all teams, all fans, all supporters. Disgraceful. All teams and all managers, not even the managers, the refereeing association, the RMA, the PFA, the UEFA,
Can you hear me?
FA, you all should be ashamed of yourselves.
Can you hear me?
Everybody should be ashamed of themselves for actually thinking that this new proposal was going to work. Clearly it did not.
Guys,
Clearly you have people out there looking like fools and idiots. At the end of the day, you took way too long. If you did let that happen 10, 20 years ago, yeah, the positives would have been okay. New teams, new players, less injuries, more time, Gotta pay money for charities. But now we're going to sit here and we're going to take pay cuts and take nonsense. So here we are yet again, back to square one. Rules are changing. You already changed football. To me, football's already gone. Once you lose this away goal, it's over. It makes no sense.
Hello?
Football is negative. But I will still continue watching because my team's legendary.
Sorry, I had my mic off.
Anyway, Arsenal all day.
I was saying hello.
Alrighty.